Hey there, welcome back to Twisted Hood. Here, we unravel the most fascinating and gripping crime stories that will keep you hooked. If you're as obsessed with true crime as we are, show some love by hitting that like button, dropping a comment, and subscribing to the channel. Trust us, you won't want to miss the twists and turns we have coming your way. A young man's brother dies in a road accident. The police investigate, a post-mortem is conducted, and the body is handed over to the family for the last rites. However, the deceased's younger brother is convinced that his brother's death was not accidental but a planned murder. He repeatedly pleads with the police, but they dismiss his concerns as mere suspicion. He tirelessly visits police stations, seeking the truth, but is consistently turned away. Months pass, and he grows increasingly frustrated and disillusioned with the police and the system. Finally, he decides to take matters into his own hands. He will find his brother's killer himself. He embarks on this daunting task with no resources or investigative training, driven solely by determination. After 2.5 years of relentless searching, he sends a message to a police officer he had befriended during his previous visits to the station. He warns that a murder is about to take place, providing the location and urging the police to intervene and save the intended victim. The police act swiftly, arriving at the scene and apprehending a suspect. This man, the brother's investigation reveals, is the very same person responsible for his brother's death 3 years prior. The police, initially relieved to have prevented a murder and apprehended a suspect, soon discover they have stumbled upon something far more sinister. During questioning at the police station, the suspect confesses to not just one, but 12 murders, making him Gujarat's most recent and prolific serial killer. Each murder was carried out using the same method. But the story doesn't end there. While the police delve deeper into the suspect's confessions, he dies in police custody just 8 days after his arrest. The post-mortem reveals that he died of a heart attack, the same cause of death he had meticulously orchestrated for his 12 victims. How could he have died in the same manner he inflicted upon others? The story begins in August 2021 in Ahmedabad with a young man named Gohil. One evening, he leaves home, and his family later receives a call from the police informing them of his death in a hit-and-run accident. While the post-mortem report mentioned excessive bleeding, it also noted the presence of unidentified chemicals in his body. The police dismissed this, focusing solely on the hit-and-run angle. However, Gohil's younger brother, Jigar, harbored doubts. He believed it was murder, not an accident. He persistently requested a proper investigation, especially regarding the chemicals, but the police remained dismissive. Months passed, and Jigar, frustrated by the police's inaction, decided to conduct his own investigation. He started by gathering his brother's phone bills and call details from the months leading up to his death. He also spoke to his brother's friends. Through this, he discovered that in the month or so before his death, his brother had been in close contact with a 42-year-old tantric named Naval Singh Chadha, who happened to be a distant relative. While the family connection wasn't inherently suspicious, Jigar found it odd that his brother had suddenly become so close to Naval in the final weeks of his life, after years of minimal contact. Jigar investigated Naval's background. He learned that Naval, a regular man with a family, was obsessed with crime shows and news reports about tantrics who defrauded people. Instead of learning tantric practices, Naval focused on the methods used to deceive people under the guise of Tantra. He found a guru who taught him these deceptive tactics. Jigar discovered that Naval owned a car which he used as a taxi, sometimes driving it himself. Jigar, taking advantage of the fact that he and Naval had never met, pretended to be a driver looking for night shifts. Naval hired him. Thus, Jigar began living a double life, one by day, and Naval's driver by night. Over 7 months, he gained Naval's trust, learning that Naval was involved in various activities: Tantra, YouTube videos promoting superstition, managing a kiddie scheme, and his taxi business. Finally, on December 1st, Jigar's efforts paid off. While driving with Naval revealed his method of defrauding people. He would lure them with promises of doubling their money, using a special chemical mixed in their drinks. This chemical would cause a heart attack within 15 minutes, leaving no trace of foul play. He even described an incident from 2 or 3 years prior, where someone he had drugged was accidentally run over by a car while he was disposing of the body. This revelation confirmed Jigar's suspicions. Naval was his brother's killer. Jigar, realizing he had a chance to both apprehend his brother's killer and prevent another murder, contacted the police officer he knew. He warned him about the impending murder, providing the location and method. The police arrived and arrested Naval. Jigar then revealed to the police that Naval was also responsible for his brother's death 3 years prior. During questioning, Naval confessed to 12 murders over 10 years, including those of his own grandmother, mother, and uncle. He described how he used the chemical, which he obtained from a friend who worked at a dry cleaning shop, to induce heart attacks. 6 of his victims had undergone postmortems, all of which concluded that they died of heart attacks. The Ahmedabad police realized they had apprehended a major serial killer. However, just 2 days before his police custody was due to end, Naval died in custody of a heart attack. The post-mortem confirmed this. Whether this was a coincidence, suicide using the same chemical, or the result of police brutality remains a mystery. An inquiry into Naval's death has been launched. While Naval's death leaves some questions unanswered, Jigar's relentless pursuit of justice exposed a serial killer who had eluded authorities for a decade. Jigar's persistence, where the police had failed, brought a killer to justice and potentially saved countless lives. That's it in this crime thriller episode. We'll be back soon with more such exciting crime stories. Until then, take care of yourself, stay healthy, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you're ready for what's next. See you soon.